Today is a new day that we are grateful and thankful for.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm doing things a little bit different. I'm already dressed and I'm about to make me something to eat. Right now, I am going to be eating some making me hold up. I know y'all seen the outfit though. Like, see, I would have never thought to put this together. I'm not really big on fashion or whatever. I like to match whatever looks good to me, but I really love the color brown, pink, and olive. Real neutral, warm colors. But anyway, I digress. So I'm making an omelet today with some spinach and mushrooms. I'm gonna heat up and then make my iced coffee. So I'm gonna make that so I'm gonna make that before we head out today. Really not doing a whole lot. But no, just taking LJ out to get him out the house because when I have stuff I have to work on, I don't like being stuck in the house because I work remote. Since I work 100% remote, I like to get out of the house sometimes. So I'm taking my son to an indoor amusement park. One amusement park that he really likes. It's pretty affordable. So while he plays for hours, probably 2 to 3 hours sometimes, I could be knocking out some work, stuff I got to do on my website, and some journaling. Try to think, and also doing my budget as well. So while he's playing and enjoying himself, I could be working on what I need to work on too, which I find joy and happiness in. And also I can get some reading done. So yes, it's gonna be a whole bunch of kids screaming and yelling and stuff like that, but I know how to tone them out so I could get my work done. So I like to boil my spinach, so I'm letting that sit for a little bit. So while that is boiling, I'm going to cut up my mushrooms. I think I might add a few pieces of chicken into chicken to where. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my iced coffee while I'm waiting for the spinach to boil down a bit. I am doing really good with laying off on the Starbucks. So I realized spending so much money on Starbucks. I mean, who doesn't? So I went and got the iced coffee that I enjoy. This is my favorite creamer, and I'm doing non-dairy everything. So I love this creamer. I get it from Target. This is the iced coffee that I use. I also got the Starbucks one, but the Starbucks one has I think about like 200 calories in it. It's too much. So I really started to get into reading labels because I went to the doctor and they had said that, hey, we did your blood work and stuff like that. You don't have diabetes, but you're pre-diabetic. Like the score or the range, it was like right there. And I said, oh, no. So I used Chat GPT to find out what kind of meals that I can prep for myself to kind of help bring that number down. So I'm eliminating all dairy if I can, of course, by any means necessary, and also paying attention to what I'm eating. I eat good for the most part, but also my mom's side of the family does have history of diabetes, so that could be that. But I believe that it could be preventative, and especially if it's up to me and my eating habits, I'm gonna do what I need to do to prevent diabetes. So this is the iced coffee that I use. As you can see, it's 25% less sugar, and also it's non-dairy. Of course, my caramel. I can't leave this out. And I really started to get into reading the labels. Now this right here does have condensed milk sugar, salt, natural flavor, and some stuff like that, but weaning myself off slowly. And then I need the vanilla syrup, of course. So lately, I want to say like Friday, it really hit me that I am really going through something right now. I feel burnt out, and if I can get my words together, when I feel like this, I have to just stop everything. I kind of feel like I'm at a moment where I need to take a break from everything. When I say everything, like really just work. I'm also in the process of looking for a new therapist since I've been living out here in Texas. Since I've been living out here in Texas, I have not yet found a therapist, but I am going to find one now. But I kind of just feel burnt out, and I get this feeling now. It's starting to feel like it's very periodically, like it happens quite often. And biblically, I think I'm also.
Can you hold? Let me put them back in.
Hold on, you gotta wait, LJ. Watch out. I'll fix it in a second. Let me finish making this. Biblically, I think that I am in a transition phase, and I'm just tired of the same old rat race. Like, you know, especially when it comes to Monday, I'm grateful and thankful to see another day, to live another day. Hold up, I'm forgetting the key ingredients, which is my milk.
I don't know how to fix it.
You know how to fix it? Get out the refrigerator.
I just have to go back on it and then.
Can't forget the almond milk. Duh. But I just feel real burnt out. And I'm just tired of the same routine every single day. I'm really tired of working my 9 to 5. Honestly, I'm tired of working 9 to 5, period. I don't want to do it no more. And that's just me being honest. I have some things that I'm working on that would bring in more than enough income for me to support myself and my son, and also to live the life that I desire and that I want. I wrote this down on my whiteboard that's next to my desk, but it's time for me to revamp it and revisit it for this year because that's from last year. So this, like, being a mom and just being a man, want to do everything, it's just me and my son that are out here. I become very overwhelmed with balancing a whole lot. Taking care of myself, taking care of my son, working, taking care of the house. Like, I do everything in my home, in my house and stuff. So I also started to learn more about feminine energy, which I've spoke about on my channel, and know that and understand and believe that anything that I want, I can have. I can truly have. So there's this book that I'm reading that is helping me with my beliefs and helping me understand and see that I can have everything that I want, but I have to work through my limits and beliefs and come up with new beliefs so that I could have the life that I want and that I desire. And something that I read recently in the book was, what was it? Focus on serving instead of focusing on like the money and bringing in the income. Because when you serve, the money and the people, the customers will flow. So that's what I'm currently right now, just been praying to God and also talking about and meditating on. But I'm also not trying to, I don't want to lose sight of what really matters in life. I don't want to worship and worship money and let money be an idol. I don't want to do that. And I think that's like one of my biggest fears on top of fear of success. The fear of success aspect of it, I feel like I'm tackling that pretty well. But with everything that's been going on in this world, honestly, there's times where I feel like, God, should I really be focusing on the goals that I want to achieve when it is like you just never know when everybody says like we're living in our last days, but you just never know. So sometimes I do feel like my goals are not worth it because it's like I'm gonna die anyway, right? That sounds really harsh, but I kind of feel like that's also the enemy in my ear trying to distract me from what God has called me and wanted me to do. So it really is like a battlefield of the mind when it comes down to my destiny and whether I'm going to settle for what I'm currently doing right now, or hold on LJ, whether I'm going to settle for what I'm currently doing right now, or if I'm going to walk by faith, even if I don't have the first step, the second step, the third step all laid out in front of me where I can visually see it. At this point, I feel like God is breaking me down to I have no other choice but to do what he called me to do. This coffee is thebomb.com. I'm so happy I started making it for myself. instead of spending money at Starbucks. Anyway, yeah, so like I was saying, The Battlefield of the Mind. Joyce Myers has a book called The Battlefield of the Mind. I feel like I need to read it. But being a parent is so rewarding, but it can be challenging. So especially I don't want to say a single parent, because I am with someone now, but they're not here yet in Texas. Okay, LJ. But yeah, mental health is so important, so important. I kind of think that, of course, when I find a therapist, because I'm really big on therapy, because when I gave birth to my son and I had returned back to work, I had realized that like something was off about me. So I ended up, getting screened to see if I had like postpartum depression, and I did, and that opened up my eyes to therapy, and I never looked back. However, finding a good therapist is challenging, super challenging, and but it's challenging, but it's also worth the hunt. I kind of feel like with therapists, you have to vet them out, because this is your mental well-being. You have to vet them out. But I remember probably about a year and a half ago, I had ended up taking some leave because I really needed to, because there was a lot going on in my life, and I needed time to myself to get my mind right. Let me get this together. To get my mind right and just focus on me and my family, my son, and then I can bounce back, because it was just hard for me to juggle being a mom, working, and around that time too, when I took that time off, I was traveling like an hour to my son's daycare and back, and then an hour back home, and then an hour back to pick him up from daycare, and it was just so much for me. But I'm actually looking forward to finding a therapist and going back to therapy as well, because I believe that God placed therapists here on this earth for a reason. And yes, I utilize his word, I read his word, I spend time with him, but also I feel like God also put stuff inside of us to let us know, like, look, here are the resources that I provided for you and that are available to you to use to help you with what you're going through and what you're feeling. You don't got to go through this alone, of course. So I'm big on, of course, reading the Bible and also therapy. So let me get I got a lot going on. This is looking real good, and it's smelling really, 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 really good. Really, really, really good. Really good. Put this over there. But anyway, I'm looking forward to our outing today because I'm going to journal. I really enjoy journaling because it's just a time for me to just reflect and have time with myself, and also talk to God as well and let him know like what's bothering me, what's on my mind. There are plenty of scriptures that say like knocking the door shall be open, asking you shall receive. And there are times where I kind of feel bad for going to God and asking him for my desires and my wants, and I have to get over that. And it's like, no, Stephanie, like, he's there, he's available to you. Ask him, tell him what's on your mind, tell him how you feel, tell him what's bothering you, tell him what you need help with, because you don't not have to do this alone. You don't have to figure this stuff out on your own. And what you want and what you desire, you can truly have. You may not have the perfect picture on what it looks like or what you need to do first, second, third, fourth, last. But in my experience thus far, up until the age I am right now, I have noticed the things that I've stepped out on faith on, God showed up and showed out in ways that I never did before. And I kind of feel like right now I'm at a point where I don't need to pivot, but it's time for me to level up and level up my faith in God and my belief in him, and also myself as well. It's scary because you just never know what's going to happen, what's next, what's behind the decision you make to get the life that you want and desire, it's scary. But when I think about everything that I've accomplished and did in the past that I wanted to do, God has never lost that battle with me. Never. Like, everything has proven to be successful for me. Everything I wanted to do and try. And manifestation, I believe, is real as well. And getting into alignment, I believe is is real. You know, so I've witnessed it, especially when you stop and start paying attention to like things happening that you asked for in your life, and just know that, like, well, hold up, why did this happen? This isn't a coincidence. But anyway, I'm grateful and thankful for my life. I'm thankful for my son, my family, my boo thing. I'm grateful for my job, my apartment, the blessings that God has instilled and poured into me, and what He got stirring up in the kitchen. I'm grateful and thankful for me taking the initiative to take that one step every single day towards getting closer to my goal. And I just also realized that I know planning is good, but when I know I need to do something, sometimes I get overwhelmed with stuff. Like, for instance, I have a rental in North Carolina, and I have been like dreading calling a property manager, because I'm officially turning it over to a property manager to manage for me, to kind of get the process started so I can have somebody, a new tenant inside my home, for when it's ready for it to be leased out. And I was just dreading it. And then, like, I think it was like Friday, like, without any thought, I want to say it was the Holy Spirit. I just picked up the phone and called a lady and spoke to her and got all the information that I needed that quick. I left her a message and she called me within like 30 minutes. And, you know, we talked, she gave me the information, and the next day she sent me everything that I needed to view, to sign, to get the process started. And I was like, wow, I knew I needed to make this phone call. And I put it out there saying, like, I wanted to get this done, you know, before the start of the following week. And that's exactly what happened. And I'm like, hold up. It's like I'm throwing what I want to do and what I have to do out there, like letting God know, like, God, I need to do this. I have to get this done. And it's like I throw it out there, and then it just happens whenever it needs to happen. That's been happening quite a bit. I don't know what that is, but I'm paying attention. But anyway, let me go ahead and finish making my omelet so we can get ready and go. Here's my omelet. It looks really good. And you can't eat an omelet. Well, I can't eat an omelet without the Cholula sauce. You ready?
Yes.
All right, we made it to Ken Empire. It is currently, and the time is currently 3:01.
As planned, my son is enjoying himself. I'm about to get ready and knock out some work. I have decided moving forward that whenever I bring my son to this amusement park, I'm going to interact and play more with him instead of just working and knocking out work, because these are memories that you cannot get back. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.